Hello everyone and welcome to a new video from Your Overwatch. I'm Eddie the Chump and today we're going to talk about the new Symmetra teleporter. Now the best thing to do is to outline the basic rules that it has, as it does have a logic to it. First off, it doesn't quite work like a portal gun, unfortunately. Basic weapons fire or abilities like Roadhog's hook won't magically go through one end and out the other. That's a shame. We could have got hook 1.0 through all time and space level plays back if it were to do so, but alas no. The reason for that is that largely the teleporter requires interaction from the player to activate, with some very notable exceptions. You need to make sure you have the interact/acknowledge command set to a button on your control options. You can remap that if you want, even to an extra mouse button if you prefer. For most people it's set to the F key by default. Another essential mechanic to understand is that you will always teleport in the direction you're facing/moving when you interact with it. If you place it behind an enemy team and walk straight through it, you won't appear behind them facing their backs. You'll still be facing the direction you went in as. This also applies to some of the other things that you can send through it other than players, and those are what we'll cover next. D.Va Bomb. So the attention grabbing example is obviously D.Va's explosive ultimate. If you boost or walk at the teleporter and press Q, the resulting mech will travel through the portal of its own accord. Again, remember, in the direction you point it. In our experience, it was actually quite tough to time the boost so teleporting the ult would have any direct advantage over just sending it up in the air behind a team, but at least it is an option. You could fly around the telly, then back into the other side and then ult, meaning would then emerge facing a team's back, but that seems a very complicated way to set up something that with a little thought can get kills anyway. A D.Va Bomb isn't really a sneaky ultimate, which is something the telly actually does lend itself to, but more on that later. Junkrat Tire. So because the player controls the tire, they also have the option of pressing interact when it passes through the telly, and yes, the tire will teleport. Again, in the direction you're facing when you press the button. The funny thing is, the tire can actually pass back through after a short time, just like a hero can if it's not destroyed, so in this case, there are some fairly outrageous outplay potential moments, and we can see this getting real use. Plus the tire is quite fast, unlike D.Va's ult, so being able to suddenly shift its position naturally has more advantage. This is going to be a thing. I almost guarantee we will see some hilarious plays of the game and highlights. Builder utility. So both Sim's new turrets and Torb's turret can be teleported if you build them on the base of the teleporter. Once built, they automatically get sent through after a short period of time. A lot of people assumed you'd just be able to fire Sim's projectile deployed turret straight through it. Sadly, like all other damage or grenades, you can't do that. But this functionality isn't without its uses. Torb can build a turret, teleport it behind an enemy, and then molten core. That is amazing, and I bet you guys any money that it'll get used in a variety of ways. Hey, let's just teleport a molten core onto a payload, shall we? Okay, great. That's just wrecked everyone. Movement abilities. Right, so there's a few cool little tips for you. If you use a movement ability and then hold your interact button down, you will automatically pass through the teleporter. The interact button has to be held after, not before the ability. Reaper's Wraith works, so does Widow's hook if the telly is in between you and whatever it's latched onto. Interestingly, I couldn't get Tracer to teleport mid-blink, but as a general rule, it can work as long as you press and hold the button at the right time. Ryan's pin is a great example. If you pull a teleport pin play off in-game, that's going to be one of the most hype uses imaginable for it. Doomfist 2 can teleport mid-rocket punch, but to make that work you'd have to have the telly in position where he'd still hit them on the other side, and that might be a bit less practical than just having him lurk and pounce like he normally does. Practical uses. So the best things that the telly can be used for, in our opinion, are things that don't already have the ability to move that fast in and of themselves. A Death Blossom, or in particular a very sneaky high noon play from McCree might just be the ticket. Anything that channels can be activated and then moved through without disruption. Soldier Visor, Whole Hog, that sort of thing. Of course, it's especially useful for positioning heroes and teams on high ground they might otherwise not be able to get to, or not be able to get to conveniently. The lifts on the streets phase of Hollywood are a good example. They aren't really that great, as it's random whether they're in the right position for you when you need to use them. Well, this new teleporter completely takes care of that. Anna will finally be able to stand on the balcony of Anubis if she wants, and not just in a trailer this time. And that's about it for the video, guys. The Telly has a few simple rules and a few notable exceptions. It's not quite playing with portals, but it does have some very real uses as well as some really creative ones. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to leave a rating. If you never want to miss another video of ours again, please click the bell icon next to the subscribe button on our channel to join the notification squad. You'll be in great company. And finally, please follow the Your Overwatch Twitter. It's where you can find updates about new videos and other cool stuff. I've been Eddie the Chump, and until next time.